Welcome to Nima in Japan, Driving Edition, Episode 3. So today we're going to talk about viruses, yes, doctor visits, and what to do when you're living in Japan and you caught a cold, or for some other reason you need to go see a doctor. So first things first is, Japan has a national healthcare insurance coverage. Did it just come out right? No, it didn't. They have a national health care plan, which means that you will be automatically enrolled in it once you move to Japan. And now, if you get it through your employer, they will pay half your coverage, meaning your monthly payment will be half because your employer will pay for half of it. If you unfortunately do not have a full-time position, where they do not clock you for more than 30 hours, you may be looking at some teaching positions in Japan that specify 29.5 hours. That's because, well, put it bluntly, they're too cheap and they don't want to pay for your health insurance. So it's on you. Now, if that becomes the case, you can apply and get enrolled into the city where you live in, the city that you live in, and be covered through that, like the health insurance plan. Your health insurance plan will be provided through your city, which is once again provided through the government of Japan. Hope that made any bit of sense, because in my mind, or rather how I said it, probably didn't make any sense. But anyways, so yes, you'll have this, and what this entitles you to is you go to a doctor visit, and the government will cover 70% of the costs. So you're having to shoulder 30%. And you'll go in. Most of the time, you will be seen by a Japanese doctor who cannot speak English, so be wary of that. Even in the bigger cities, there are some English-speaking doctors. They are very rare. And when they speak English, the fluency of their English could be rated on a scale of 1 to 10, and majority are on the lower scale. So make sure you have a handy Japanese translator book with you, or something to essentially help you out. I'm pretty sure through the embassy you can possibly get a translator to help you, or an interpreter rather, to help you for your doctor visit, but you have to schedule it quite a bit in advance. I don't know very much information about that, so if you are interested in that way, you would possibly have to go and check the embassy website. If that does not fulfill your requirement, or you need someone more immediately, I would definitely check with your local gaijin, foreign community. I'm sure someone might be able to help you out, or be willing to help you out rather. So you go to your doctor visit. They will examine you. I've done all sorts of examinations in Japan. I have had an MRI done, a CAT scan done, X-rays, what do you call it? Not a sonogram. I'm not pregnant. No. God, I'm drawing a blank. An ultrasound test done. That's right, ultrasound test done. I've done all sorts of different medical tests in Japan for one reason or another. So I'm actually fairly fluent in Japanese hospital language. It sounded a lot cooler in my head. Anyways, moving on. So I'm going to talk about each one individually for a little bit. X-rays. Same wherever you go. Japan, same thing. You go to a room to take off any metal objects on your body, and they take a picture of it. And the great thing about Japan is, as soon as you get it done, you go see a doctor and they will review the results with you immediately. In America, the standard procedure is you go somewhere dedicated to take x-rays done, you wait like a week or two, and then you're seen by your normal physician who basically reads the results of your x-ray to you. There's a big delay. In Japan, there's no delay. Also, I should mention that in Japan, it's very common for even the common cold to go to the hospital for a visit. In America, you'd never go there. You'd go to a small clinic, doctor's office. You wouldn't go to the hospital. But in Japan, you do, for all sorts of things. Another great thing is, in Japan, if let's say you need to get a blood test done, they'll do your blood test. You'll have to wait 45 minutes to an hour, but your results will be given to you immediately. So there is no waiting for the lab to get done a few days or a week later. You get it right then and there, which is very nice and convenient. Doctors in Japan, by whole, are very nice. I haven't really come across any mean, or how should I say this, disturbed. I don't know what I'm going with, but anyways, they're nice people, right? Japanese people are nice people. But anyways, as X-rays, as far as MRIs are done, same thing as in America. If you ever got an MRI done in America, same thing here. If you have a CT scan, which I've also had done, it's different. CT scans, if you're unfamiliar, the difference between a CT scan and MRI is CTs, they usually have a donut shape. They're not very large. They take only a few minutes for the whole test to be over. While in MRI, you're basically inserted into a pod-looking like thing with a panic button, and you're in there for 20 minutes, 20-25 minutes. So people who are claustrophobic will definitely have an issue with MRIs. But the interesting thing about having an MRI done in Japan is they allowed me to they gave me like a headset, and they played random songs. And a lot of the songs were in English, and they were very strange or old songs, so it was actually quite comical. But it was interesting. When I had an MRI done in America a few years back, probably 4 or 5 years back, they didn't have that. So you just had to hear that gong, 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 that like the hammer-like sound. I'm sure if you ever had an MRI done, you know what I'm talking about. But so by and large, medical things here are done normally. After your visit, if the doctor prescribes you some cold medicine, you go to a local pharmacy. They will, if it's your first time going to the pharmacy, they'll give you a pharmacy book. And basically what this is any prescriptions, etc. you get in the future, they'll always have a little copy. They'll copy it and they'll put it in your book. So if ever you go to the doctor and the doctor says, oh, what medicines are you taking now? You can show them that book, and it tells them when you started taking it, the dosage, the name, and everything. I'm sure someone created it a long time ago with the whole Japanese aging population, because you forget, so you don't forget on what pills you're taking, or you don't have to carry your own private list. You have this little book, and of course they give it to you for free, so it's actually very nice. One thing to mention also about drugs in Japan, drugs as far as health benefit drugs, I'm talking, not illicit drugs, they come in all different sizes. Here in Japan, they utilize a lot of compo drugs, which is basically a mixed powder-like substance. You basically open a packet of it, put it in some water, you mix it, and you drink it. Water or tea, they recommend. The reason is they don't like prescribing things like Advil, right? If you look, Advil relieves headaches, aches, sores, it has a whole sorts of different ailments it supposedly helps you with, which in most of the case it does. The Japanese medicine is more specific. If you have a stomach ache, they'll only give you the compo that's specifically just for your stomach. It won't have any other added benefits or other things to reduce the amount of side effects that individuals have. So it actually works out very nice. So I think this basically covers the general spiel about going to doctor's offices in Japan. If I didn't cover anything, or you want more specifics, just put a comment below, and I'll make a future video about it. Alright guys, later.